how to end misunderstandings in relationships quickly. You must end the misunderstandings that you're having quickly, because when misunderstandings are left for a long time, conflict becomes inevitable. You see, a wound that is treated quickly does not leave a scar. You have to settle your problems as fast as possible, because with misunderstanding, there will be no progress. Let the sun not go down on your anger, says the scriptures. Misunderstanding can block your prayers and stop your prosperity. Hi, I am Shelvian Wakawa, and you are welcome to the Apostle Wakawa channel. Please, I would like you to subscribe, click and share with your friends. Let's quickly get into the video. Misunderstanding is defined by my friend as when two or more understandings miss their way. So most of the disagreements and conflicts in the home, actually, they are products of misunderstanding. What that simply means is that you understand one way, and then your friend or partner or whoever you are relating with understands another way. In marriage, the husband understands one way and the wife understands another way. That means you are looking at things in two different perspectives. I remember telling my friend, I said, see, it is like two people standing and they have the letter M written in front of them. Because of their various positions, one will see the letter M and the other one will see the letter W, depending on where you stand. So at times, that is how situations are. You understand things differently. So the quickest way to solve misunderstandings is simple. If I am looking at M from my own side and you are looking at W from your own side, there are two things I could do. One of the things is to cross over to your side, or to make you cross over to my side. By getting to your side, I will see the letter W, and by getting to my side, you'll see the letter M. So we'll be able to see the same thing, understand the same thing, and that is how misunderstanding will vanish like a feast when you open your hand. You see, until you know how to handle misunderstandings in your relationships, there are a lot of benefits that you will be missing. Now, early in the days, apart from the fact that I understood scriptures that tells me that the sun should not go down on my anger, I also understand that if I take my offering to church and I have a problem or misunderstanding with my spouse, that offering will not be accepted. Somehow, I tried as much as possible to resolve whatever misunderstandings that we're having, trying to look at things, first of all, from my wife's perspective, and then trying to make her see things in my own perspective. Now, sometimes it takes time, but I try to do that, and the more I do that, the better we were able to resolve all the misunderstandings that were coming. And we did that quickly so that we will not leave, a scar. Because when a wound is not properly treated on time, it could lead to amputation. So a lot of relationships are destroyed because misunderstandings are not handled quickly. One of the things also that I remembered is the sayings of the wise. Some of these elderly people, they have their own sayings. And I remembered my mother saying something. She said that the teeth and the tongue quarrel from time to time, but they live in the same house. Of course, they live in the same house. That is the mouth. Have you ever bitten your tongue? It's so painful. Sometimes even it brings blood. But the teeth and the tongue will remain in the same house. That was what my mother said. And every time I discover that there are challenges in my home, I always make up my mind that, look, the teeth and the tongue have to stay in the same house. Because the teeth is to grind the food, but the tongue is to taste it. So the husband and the wife, no matter your quarrels, stay in the same house. Stay in the same house. Try and resolve your misunderstandings quickly. Because you can't be running away. If you like, divorce 1,000,000 times. If you like, get separated 1,000,000,000 times. As long as you meet human beings, there will be misunderstandings. So it is not by running away. It is by taking responsibility and dealing with misunderstandings quickly. Be someone who will solve the problem, not run away from the problems. I remember when I was at school, one of my best subjects is mathematics. A lot of people say, mathematics, what? They run away from it. I say, maths is beautiful because it's the art of solving problems. Your ability to sense a problem and to persevere in solving it. So try to be a problem solver and deal with misunderstandings quickly. You see, that way you build a very good home. You build a lasting relationship. So we really need to deal with misunderstandings as fast as possible. You see, I remember many years ago when I started pastoring as a young man, there was this family that were having a lot of misunderstandings. The wife was attending my parish then, I was her pastor, and then the husband was attending another church. So after every Sunday, they will come together and they will argue. She will say, my pastor is better than your pastor. You will say, no, his pastor is better. And they end up arguing. And one day she came and I saw that her eyes were swollen. I think the guy got fed up and gave her a punch. Of course, in Africa, it's not like here in the United States or in other developed countries where you can take your phone and call 911. Before the 911 comes, that is even they come. There's nothing like that. Nobody comes and attends to you. So sometimes a lot of people go away with such attitudes. So she rushed to my office and reported the matter. Look at her eyes swollen. And I sat down and listened to what she said. And I said, but this matter can be resolved immediately. She said, how? I said, stop coming to my church. Start going to his church. She said, what? I said, yes. Because as long as you come to my place, you have something to argue on or argue about. But when you go to his own church, then you have the same pastor, you listen to the same message, so where will the argument come from? She felt bad because she felt she should come to my place. That I said, no, you are the wife, submit to him. It will pay off at the end of the day. You do it. I'm not driving you away from the church, but I want peace in your home. And she obeyed and followed her husband to his church. And I warned her. I said, when you get to the church, enjoy the message and stop comparing anything. So she did that. The next Sunday, he was trying to go to church. She dressed up and said that she was going with him. So he took her there to the church and then the keys. And, he was excited. As far as he was concerned, he has won. So she attended this church and I told her not to complain. She came back home and that was it. There was no quarrel, nothing. Then the next worship day again, she now called me and what do? I say, follow him. That's your husband there. So she followed him and she did that for some time. One day the man got tired because now there was nobody to quarrel with, and he told the wife that, okay, let's go to that church that you've been attending. Also, let's go and find out what's going on. And that was how I was, in church, getting ready for my sermon when I saw them walk into the church. When I saw the husband and the wife, I was excited. Of course, you know what I did? I gave my best message that day. I preached for only that man. And after the service, they went home and that was it. The next Sunday, they came back to my place. Another Sunday, they came back to my place. And that was how this man finally came and stayed with me, as one of my deacons, and stayed in the church until he passed on. That was the end of that quarrel. Why was that? Because the wife left her own side and began to see things in the husband's perspective. And then the husband now decided also to move from his own side to see what the wife was seeing. And because they were seeing the same thing, the understandings were now married together. They were looking at the same thing. They understood the same thing. It was easy for them to make a choice. And that was how misunderstanding disappeared and the family lived in peace. I don't know which way you could apply what I've just said right now, but I'm glad to announce to you, my friend, that every misunderstanding can be handled cheaply, and handle your misunderstandings quickly before they leave a scar. Well, I pray for you, my friend, that your home will be built, that every misunderstanding will dissolve, that as the problems come, the grace and the ability to solve them will be your portion, and you will be happy and enjoy your home. Well, until I see you in the next video, do have a good time and enjoy your relationships. Bye.